Okay, remember, it is the message, not the messenger. Hi, Eddie. Good morning, everyone. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, the middle of the week. My message today is very important and very clear. Ultimate success is had when you do one thing. And you all have heard me talk about it countless times. It's coming up for a reason, and I will get to it in my words here with you today. The word, oh my goodness. They're putting on a new roof behind me on that house. The word today, the action, is self-love. You cannot be successful in your life until you accept who you are. And trust me, after 65 years on this earth, and for me the last 10 years of being in solitude with my family, bowing out of life and reflecting on just what it means to have a successful life, loving myself first, learning what it means to put myself first. I lost a lot by throwing caution to the wind and just smoothing over things, just accepting what was going on in my life and not looking at what was going on, denying what was going on. Honeysuckle. Who's your honeysuckle? Honeysuckle. I grew up in the South. It's part of my past. Anyway, I had to learn the hard way. And let me tell you something. Generally, that's how you learn. Life is not perfect. You learn from the crappy times. You learn from powerful, explosive moments in your life. Say, when your apple cart gets turned over. Good morning. When your apple cart turns over, you learn what it means to love yourself and why you are where you are at this time in your life. Just take a look at it and ask yourself what's going on. And I would believe you if you said, well, life could be better. Things aren't going the way I want or the way I would expect. And that is because I said yes when I meant no. I took the sweet with the sweet, and I didn't stop to consider myself and my values before continuing on. I just said, yeah, and I accepted it. Another point I'm going to make right now is one of my favorite truths of the universe. And I've always had pleasure in saying, yes, look at this dry hill right here. Oh, and think of your furry friends, people, when you have grass like this, foxtails, goat heads, think about them. Think about them and their webbed feet, okay? Trust me. I speak from experience there as well. But one of my favorite truths of this universe is you have free will. You have the ability to choose whatever you want, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be with, whatever job you want to take. You know, whatever path you are choosing, it's your choice. And are you doing it from a place of self-love and value? Excuse me. Or are you doing it from a place of fear? And so, what I'm getting at here is, just take a look at how pretty this is right here for a moment. Spend some time with the birds. You got to ask yourself, before I take that step on the path, in whatever way, riding, walking, doing, you know, saying, whatever it is I've chosen, what is my hope to gain? What is my end result? Because, my friends, that is the one thing that is paramount in your free will. Right, Eddie? Yeah. Because while you have free will to choose, to make that choice, guess what you don't get to choose? You don't get to choose the outcome. That's why it is so important that you be mindful and reflect, and you think, you deliberately live your life in your core valued truth and not from fear. And if you're just letting life take you, and if you're just going to be a clown about it and then just go for the ride and with the flow, that's fine. But do it with intention. From a place of truth and self-love. Because, my friends, if you don't, you're going to be sorry. The universe, remember this one, the universe is a carnivore. It is so busy giving you what you're asking for. It doesn't get into the nitty-gritty of your bleeding heart and your pleas of, oh, whirl. It doesn't hear that. That's why you do your part in being mindful and having integrity when you walk your path, when you live your path, when you speak, when you choose. Do you understand? This is so simple, yet it is overlooked in everyday life. People just want to get to the point. People just want to make it happen. They don't stop and make their choices complete first. They're not going in with a genuine heart and genuine values. I'm not saying everybody. This is my experience because of what I've been through. I chose to overlook a lot of things in my married life because I had children and I was in protective mommy mode. I had fear most of the time because I worried about my kids. And by the way, I waited 15 years to have my kids, so I would be ready. I am a nail technician by trade, and I used to sit there and do nails with these women and listen to their conversations. We would talk about life. Kind of like being a nail technician was like being a bartender. Ask a hairdresser and they'll tell you the same thing. But I listened to them go on and on about, how they wanted to have kids, they wanted to have a family, they wanted to be married. And I soon learned that is a big step in life. And if you have one toe in the ocean, when you say yeah, you're not ready. And that's okay. It's better. Sometimes you might never feel ready. But when you are mindful and you make that choice to say, I've sown my oats, I've done for me, and now I think I'm ready. I'm ready to have that family. I think Eddie and I are going to turn around and walk back because it's so pleasant on this street. The shade. Come on, Ed. So I think you guys get what my message today is getting at. But I waited 15 years because I adopted that fully. And I knew when I was ready to have my 2 kids. My first child, let me divulge this. My first pregnancy, I miscarried because I got pregnant for the wrong reasons. I did it to keep my marriage together. That was wrong. The universe knew it. You see, I said yeah when I didn't have my meat and potatoes together. I did it. And in the 12th week, I miscarried. I got very sick. And I had to have a DNC. And guess what? I went on to have 2 babies. And guess what? Double guess what? I got divorced anyway. I spent so much time in my married life spinning plates, juggling to appease and please my person, that I left Teresa by the wayside. I kept telling her, it'll be okay. Things will work out. Just this one more thing, I promise you. Everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm here to tell you it wasn't. And so we got our divorce and it was ugly. It was not a good thing. It is now, because I've learned. I learned from my mistakes. I've had the last 10 years to spend reflecting and looking in the mirror and taking responsibility for the demise. And see, let me be honest with you. It wasn't just me. He did things. And it's the reason I did what I did. It's that whole thing of, well, maybe if I make myself smarter, if I lose weight and make myself prettier, if I serve a different dinner every night of the week and make sure it's hot, if I what was my point? You know, I'll stand on my head. I'll shave my head. I'll wear a mask. I mean, you know, I love Lucy. I'll shave my head. I'll wear a mask. Just to keep him looking at me. And love is not a battle. Love's not a battlefield, Pat. It's not a war. And if it is, you better go out the door and find another one, starting with yourself. But that was our problem. Our relationship was built on a very soft, weak foundation. I'm not saying we didn't care about each other, because we did. But it was very lustfully based. We were together for 32 and a quarter years, and 25 of it was just making time. Just trying to make it work. Losing all that weight was bad because it was empty. I was starving myself, and I was walking 3 miles a day. I lost 50 pounds, and I went down to a size 2. So, I think you get my message today. Be faithful and honest and true to yourself first. Because when you do, you won't be in the mess you're in today if you're unhappy. You won't have to scratch your head and say, well, life could be better. Because you're living intentionally, and you're loving yourself, and you're feeding yourself, and you're giving yourself what she wants or he wants. And you're not putting yourself aside for the other person. You're not getting off your bicycle and parking it so you can ride his or hers all over town. You're not handing over your car keys to the person and letting them go where they want to go. Let's walk up here for a moment. So, the keys, plural, to a successful life, number 1, are self-love. Number 1, honoring yourself. Yes, take your spa baths, get your hair did, do your nails, wear your perfume, your nice clothes. But I'm talking about accepting yourself. Lumps, bumps, fat, and all. Silly decision making, no confidence, all those things. And number 2, honoring your core values, speaking your truth, and telling the universe the truth when you make your choice. Because, as I said, the universe ain't grappling with your feelings. The universe is answering your request. So it is up to you to be authentic, real, and honest when you make these requests. Make sure that your order is complete before you go off willy-nilly, throw caution to the wind, and ask for those things that you want. Because you're going to get everything you want in a nice package with a big red bow. $21.21 on the timer. I'm going now. You guys have an amazing day. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Happy Wednesday. I'll be back with another video. Say bye, Ed. Look up. Can you look up?